You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about Jerod Mayo, the New England Patriots resident DEI hire. I mean, I'm still sitting back baffled over that disastrous introductory press conference of a guy that I actually had some decent hopes for, to be honest with you, as coach of the Patriots. Now, not so much. And I think he's doing something right now, and I think it's being done on purpose because I think this Patriots season is going to end up being a potential disaster. And it makes me wonder what kind of personnel moves they're going to make. Now there's talk of Mac Jones staying with the Patriots and potentially even starting. And while you guys know I tend to root for Mac, I think it would do him some good to possibly get a change of scenery. So yesterday, randomly, Jerod Mayo has another press conference. And I'm like, what is happening here? So they have a press conference, and Jerod Mayo decides to come out and say, and look, I think this was a dig at the great Bill Belichick, the GOAT, Bill Belichick. But he talks about how important having a great relationship with the media is. And I'm like, what is going on here exactly? Why is this even a priority? Okay, come out, be cordial, great, and talk about football. But this was over and beyond. And I believe it was also calculated by Jerod Mayo as a way to begin the insulation of him as a coach and of the Patriots, because there's an impending incoming disaster of a season heading this way. And look, the way the NFL is set up now, you can flip a team quick. You can flip a team quick. If you hit on draft picks, look, the Texans were a 4-12 disaster, made the playoffs last year. You can flip it very quickly. Free agency, draft, it can be done if you got the right coach. I think DeMeco Ryans is a hell of a coach. Jerod Mayo, the jury is way out. So let's listen to what he said about this relationship with the Patriots. During his 24 years as head coach, this is PFT, 24 years as head coach, Bill Belichick could be tight-lipped with the media. I think you should be, frankly. I do. I mean, why give them any more ammunition than they possibly need to use against you and the organization? And what you do is your business as a team. Don't show all your cards. Don't. New Patriots head coach Jerod Mayo signaled today that he's going to have a different approach with reporters. At the outset of today's press conference to introduce the Patriots coaching staff to reporters, Mayo made it clear that he values what reporters do. All right. I mean, literally the anti-Dana White. That's pathetic. Quote, I appreciate, first of all, you guys coming down, Mayo said to the assembled reporters at the outset of the press conference. Mayo then said his coaching staff would be available to talk to reporters and that his staff knows he thinks it's important to have a good relationship with the beat writers who are in the building daily. Nobody's saying you got to be rude to them. I don't think anybody needs to be rude to anybody. I mean, there's no point in it. But I do think this is calculated. Quote, they know that our relationship with the media is very important. Really? Mayo said, I think there needs to be a good relationship between the two groups. I'll try to make myself available as much as possible. Do you think this was anywhere in the priority ballpark for Bill Belichick? That should be welcome news to the press in Boston. Wow. Okay. I mean, immediately, that has nothing to do with evaluating personnel decisions and X's and O's and preparing to get on the field. This should all be concerning to Patriot fans. Oh, man, we got a great coach. He gets up there and he's awesome with the media. He's awesome with the media. We went 5-12, but, he was awesome with the media. Our offense stunk. Okay. Wow. New England Patriots offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt has been given a new responsibility by his new employer, call plays. Now, I do think this is going to end up being a sneaky good hire. I do. And he may end up being the future head coach when Jerod Mayo ends up getting his ass run off. It shouldn't sound daunting to an OC, but after spending the last 4 seasons with working under Kevin Stefanski, the play-calling head coach in Cleveland, Van Pelt will have to get acclimated to dialing it up from the sideline. He has done it before. He did it in a couple of games, including a playoff game on short notice, and the Browns did very well in that game. But before he can design a play-calling system, he'll need to resign New England's quarterback situation. Mac Jones didn't do his future any favors in 2023, playing poorly enough to get benched a handful of times, tossing the Patriots' outlook under center into uninviting waters of lake uncertainty. Oh, that's clever, NFL Network. There's no telling who will be New England's starter in 2024, leaving the Patriots with a top priority they could address as soon as next month when free agency begins. Quote, really, right now, everything is on the table, Van Pelt said when asked if he could envision Jones starting in 2024. As we go through this process, we really, this last couple of weeks, 10 days, we have been diving into who we are, trying to evaluate our guys. You've got nothing on offense, really and truly. You got like 2 pieces. A lot of people in this situation on staffs, they have been here, they're doing free agency. Well, we're doing our guys as they are free agents. We're trying to understand who we have here as well as looking at other players out there. Again, you've got almost nothing. But right now, everything is on the table. We're just still working through that process. When the time comes, I'm sure it'll be a collaborative effort and we'll make the right decisions. Really? You sure? Van Pelt revealed he talked to Jones, quote, a little bit since joining new coach Jerod Mayo's staff in New England, but that was about as far as he'd go concerning Jones. As he sees it, Patriots have to work to compete with this roster, I think that's supposed to be, including quarterback. There's definitely some pieces of the puzzle that aren't quite in place yet, and that's our job. Some pieces. On offense, it's a disaster. It's devoid of talent. The only other roster in the entire NFL that's got a lack of offensive firepower, weaponry, offensive line, the only one that it's even rivals is the Carolina Panthers. And look how bad they were. Look how bad Bryce Young was. And that was part of the reason. He got jack shit down there. I mean, it's a long way from the DJ Moore, Greg Olsen, all those kind of guys. Christian McCaffrey's gone. Can you imagine this? 2 years ago, the Panthers had Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore on the same team. Wow. That's crazy. Last year, Adam Thielen was their number 1 wide receiver. New England would have loved to have had him, probably. Probably would have loved to have him. Look, I thought Belichick, it was probably time for him to sort of evolve his way out the door. Part of that was personnel. But I had no idea Jerod Mayo was going to come in, start talking about race and all this stuff that doesn't matter. You notice there is so much coming out from this guy that is not X's and O's and football related. Get up there and talk about football. Don't get up there and blatantly talk up the media. The media, the scourge of planet Earth right now, the media. I mean, that's having your priorities in all the wrong spots, to be honest with you. I mean, I think And the thing about it is, you don't have to be rude with anybody, but I think it's a given that there's going to be relationships between coaches, players, and beat writers. Everybody knows that. Why are you wasting any brain power on something that feels like it's going to be default? I mean, even Belichick had some core national guys that he talked to. I don't get it. I really don't. I think this is going to end up being a terrible hire. I think Robin Glazer behind the scenes is much more involved. You know, all she does is she's like a liaison with Jerod Mayo, and she's all involved in social justice and all this stuff. Probably too involved. I heard she sat in on coordinator interviews. Why? What is your experience to determine if that's the right coach? I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Unbelievable. Tell me what you think. Black and white sports supporters, the Patriots have a chance to be a gargantuan disaster this year. I've got over under 2 seasons for Mayo, and then he's boop out the door. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.